Good morning. Welcome out. I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Thank you.
Well, you guys have beautiful singing voices this morning and every morning. This is a bit of an 80s song with the words. They're so great for this. So if you
Sing
know that
along.
band America, feel free to jump in. Words are on the screen.
Never believed in things I couldn't see. If I can feel, how could it be? No magic could happen to me.
And then I saw you,
I couldn't believe it.
said to myself,
But I couldn't retrieve it.
you took my heart,
what it's all
about. Now I know there can be no doubt. You can do magic. You can have anything that you desire. Magic. And you know you're the one who can put out the fire. You know darn well when you cast your spell, get your way when you hypnotize with your eyes. A heart of stone can turn to clay.
And if I wanted to, I could ever be free. I never believed it was true, but now it's so clear to me.
We can do magic. We can have anything that we desire. Magic. And you know you're can't put out the fire. You know darn well when you cast your spell, you get your way. When you hypnotize with your eyes, a heart of stone can turn to clay. You're the one who can put out the fire.
You're the one that can put out the fire.
You're the one who can put out the fire.
You're the one that can put out the fire. Well, thank you.
Let's hear it for Anwin and George, huh? Hey, good morning. Hello. Welcome to the Grants Pass Center for Spiritual Living. I'm Reverend Steve Van Meter, still your senior minister, and it's my honor and privilege to welcome you here this morning. I know you have a lot of places you could have been this morning, and I don't know how many made it to Porch Fest yesterday. Woo-hoo! I apologize that Full Moon Project did not get a chance to play due to an illness in the band, but they are on the mend, and we are planning on next Saturday giving you full sets of music, so please come to the fun fair. Speaking of the fun fair, I just want to push that we are really in need of some volunteers to help with this event. There is a sign-up sheet in the back, and we really need some assistance. So if you can find it within your heart to give us a little bit of your time, because we're going to have probably 10,000 people here tomorrow or next week. So, just setting that out in consciousness, that it's going to take more than 5 of us to handle that sort of crowd. Anyway, so I want to welcome you all here. And we're going to do what we do every Sunday, and that's our vision mission statement that we can repeat together if you are so inclined. And it says, we are an open, loving, spiritual community dedicated to evolving consciousness through teaching spiritual principles. Again, good morning. Glad you're here. And we had a birthday yesterday. Special birthday. Hear about it? It was Chip. Let's sing Chip happy birthday, shall we? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Chip. We love you. Happy birthday to you. He probably hates this. He's like, why is he doing this? Why is he doing this? I hate it when people do it to me, but that part of you really does love it. They do. And I didn't want yesterday's special birthday to go without notice. So, but we're going to have some announcements, and Jamaica is not here this morning, so I will handle it. First off, we have a book on sale at the bookstore, 20% off by Jane Beach, who is a local in this area and has written a book, and it's 20% off. I encourage you to grab these up. I think we have a couple in the bookstore. Let's see, Grooving into Gratitude, which was postponed. Let's see, the Grooving into Gratitude Circle with practitioner Deborah Perdue will not take place this month on Sunday, June 22nd. It will resume at its regular time on Sunday, June 20th at 12:15. Okay? Any questions? Deborah Perdue is our table practitioner. Raise your hand, Deborah. If you have any questions about it, go see her. She'll give you the lowdown. The dates are wrong? Ooh. What is the date? This Sunday. Okay. You guys have calendars in your phone. You guys know what's going on. I'm sorry, the dates are all funny, aren't they? Sacred Service Call. Again, the Fun Fair volunteers are needed. We need help helping hands for many positions, both the day before and the day of the fun fair. Sign up or call Wendy. Wendy's in the back. Raise your hand, Wendy, if you want to volunteer. Also, did you see, is it Sparky? See Sparky back there? Our mascot? It's so cool. Isn't that cool? That was created by Wendy, by the way. And we have gotten so much attention from Sparky. People are like, what is this all about? But, you know, it brought some attention to our fun fair, so we're going to have that 10,000 people. Sunday service ride support. If you can offer someone a ride for Sunday service, it would be much appreciated. There are a couple people who don't have wheels that would love to have assistance getting to service. This is a casual thing between you and the person. We as a center can't offer rides without upping our insurance to a whole different level. So we're asking if there's anybody who has wheels that would be willing to do that. Please let me know, and I can hook you up with the people that need rides. Ride share. Become a GPCSL, Grants Pass Center for Spiritual Living member. Membership has its privileges. And you know, when you dedicate yourself to something, something happens, doesn't it? It's like you're part of something bigger than yourself. In the seat backs are applications, and if they're not there, there are some on the table in the back. Just fill it out. Tear off the piece where it says tear, and you keep half of it, and the place you fill out goes into the suggestion box. Upcoming events. Oh, look, we're having our fun fair. Are we pushing this thing or what? I mean, this is our 4th annual, and we have booths and music and food, and it's going to just be a great event. You do not want to miss this. Come for the music, stay for the party. It's a great event, so please come and support our center. Let's see. This year's theme, ignite the fun and share your light. There's pages and pages. I'm supposed to be reading on this, but we're gonna You guys have heard enough about that. And then, does anybody have any questions about the fun fair? It's next Saturday from 11 a.m. to 4. We're going to have a bouncy house out front
I
for
have
the
a question.
kids. For the big kids. Yeah,
Are adults allowed to use the bouncy house?
adults are used. No high heels, please. But you will have to remove your shoes, so wear clean socks, kids. And we'll I believe that it's okay for a couple adults to get in there. So just have fun with that. But be safe. Again, our insurance only covers so much. So, metaphysical book study. Sunday mornings from 9 to 9:45 in our LEC building. We are continuing to study not the science of mind. We are now studying this thing called You by Ernest Holmes. So we have to fix that on our thing. Meditation group, 15-minute meditation every Sunday morning from 9:50 to 10:05. And we have an AA meeting on Sundays right here in this room from 6 to 7 p.m. It's a closed mixed meeting focused on literature and welcoming space for mindful discussion. And again, grooving into gratitude was moved. That's on here again. So those are those announcements. And then I have these announcements that are, we have a beautiful flower here. Who brought this one? Deborah Perdue. Let's hear it for Deborah Perdue. The purple orchid. Is that beautiful or what? It matches my shirt. And happy Father's Day. Do we have any fathers in the house? No? Just me? No, we do have a couple. Well, happy Father's Day to you. We're so glad that you have made the choice to be here this morning, and we just want to bless you. We have so many things going on this month to celebrate, but that's part of my talk. Is there anybody here that for the very first time? Your very first time? Nope. Repeat offenders, all of us? Okay, good. Well, welcome back. Welcome home. We've been expecting you. Thank you for not disappointing us again. Cell phone reminder, if you've got a cell phone, you might want to put it on vibrate, or as they say on Star Trek, phasers to stun. I don't know if you remember, that aged me. And we're going to stand up and greet each other. Just say hello really quick, because then we're going to get into our song, which is We Are One. So say hello to somebody. Just say hello quickly.
Hi. Oh, we love you too.
Okay, and now we're going to sing We Are One. Go ahead, launch into it.
We are one. We are one. I am you, you are me. We are one. And in this unity we shall live in harmony as peace has come, as we are one. We are one. We are one. I am you, you are me. We are one. And in this unity we shall live in harmony as peace has come, as we are one.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Grants Pass Center for Spiritual Living, and hello, everybody on Zoom. And my name is Janice Garibay. I am honored to serve as your podium practitioner today. Please join with me in reading the gratitude. How grateful I am to be living an authentic, harmonious, and peaceful life. I'm so glad you all are all here today. Sit down. I've been drinking a lot of coffee this morning. So here we are. And I wanted again to thank you all for being here on Zoom with us as well. If you have a prayer request, please fill out the yellow form that is in your seat bag. And it looks like this. And you can also fill in a request online at grantspasscsl.org. And I know that you're going to have a demonstration. We know that. And we're going to pray for that. And then when you get your answer to your prayer, you'll fill out this blue form and let us know the answer to your prayer. We'd love to celebrate that with you. Today, our table practitioner, one more thing. If you are wondering what exactly a licensed practitioner does, there is this gold rod sheet that's in your seat back as well, and you can read that. It also gives you our names and phone numbers on there, and our main job is to pray with and for you. So just, contact us, and we'd love to spend some time with you in prayer. Our table practitioner is Deborah Perdue. and she is sitting in the back there holding the high watch for our service today. And she can direct you to a practitioner for prayer after the service. Will the practitioners who are available today please raise your hand? We have a few. Excellent. Now let's read the prayer together on the screen. Now is the time for me to embrace my power, to embody harmony, love, and joy. Now join with me, and you can remain seated and sing, I Am Loved. This week's topic title is It's Never Too Late, It's Never Too Soon. And again, good morning and happy Father's Day, everyone. So today I'd like us to reflect on Father's Day and Juneteenth, a celebration of freedom, family, and the power of love. Today we gather to explore a profound truth. It's never too late to live our authentic lives, and it's never too soon to take the first step. This message resonates deeply as we celebrate two meaningful occasions, Father's Day and Juneteenth. Both days in their own ways remind us of the importance of freedom, love, and the enduring strength of family. Both present a profound opportunity to reflect on the intertwined themes of freedom, resilience, and legacy. Honoring fatherhood is a profound journey marked by responsibility, love, and often deep sacrifice. Fathers, whether biological, adoptive, or chosen, play a pivotal role in shaping the lives of their children and their communities. On Father's Day, we honor these dedicated figures who embody the nurturing and guiding spirit of parenthood, providing stability and inspiration to those around them. Father's Day invites us to reflect on the quiet strength of fathers and father figures, those who offer unwavering support, encouragement, and opportunities for growth. Their contributions create a foundation of harmony and love that resonates across generations. Just as fathers are builders of connection and resilience within families, they also mirror the broader call to action that freedom entails, standing up for what is right, nurturing the next generation, and creating legacies of hope. We are also celebrating the significance of Juneteenth this week, which is now a federally recognized holiday in the United States, which commemorates the moment on June 19, 1865, when enslaved African Americans in Galveston, Texas, were informed of their emancipation, more than 2 years after the Emancipation Proclamation was signed. It is a day of liberation, resilience, and the ongoing pursuit of justice. Juneteenth reminds us that the journey toward equity and freedom is far from finished. It is a powerful declaration that no matter how long the fight has been, it is never too late to take meaningful steps toward justice. It also serves as a call to amplify the voices, art, and traditions of Black Americans, ensuring that their contributions are celebrated and their legacies preserved. On this Father's Day and Juneteenth, let us celebrate freedom and legacy as intertwined forces that inspire transformation and hope. By embracing connection and resilience, we shape a future where freedom and love are not just ideals, but lived experiences that resonate across generations. Together we honor the enduring legacies of fathers and Black Americans alike, both of whom remind us of the boundless power of courage, love, and transformation. As we honor the legacies of fathers and freedom fighters, let us recommit ourselves to living with love, integrity, authenticity, and harmony, whether through acts of kindness, speaking out against injustice, or nurturing the next generation. We are reminded that it is never too soon to carry forward the ideals of those who came before us, and it is never too late to take the first bold step toward building a brighter future. Let us take a few moments to reflect on these words gently, going into the silence, and I'll mind the time for a few minutes. Gently returning to the room, let us pray. I know there is one undivided divine presence here today, and it resides within each of us here and on Zoom. I invite you to join with me in this sacred moment of gratitude, honoring the divine presence within all fathers and caregivers who have nurtured and guided us, enabling us to flourish. Let us also lift our spirits in reverence for the freedom and dignity that Juneteenth symbolizes, a testament to the unfolding of divine justice and grace. As we reflect on these celebrations, may we feel the interconnectedness, united by love and compassion. I affirm the blessings of courage and wisdom as we journey toward a world rooted in equity, peace, and divine harmony. I have immense gratitude and joy for knowing the truth and this amazing shift in consciousness. So it is with great faith that I release my word into the law of mind, and I let go knowing that it is fulfilled. And so it is. And now we have special music, followed by Reverend Steve's wonderful talk. Thank you.
Wow, let's hear it for George and Anwen. Thank you. Oopsie. Well, let me do some housekeeping up here. So, happy Father's Day. Yeah? I mean, if you're not a father, you have one. Or you know one. Or maybe you have no one. But you had a father figure. Maybe your mom filled in. That happens too. We're celebrating so much this month. Today's Father's Day. It's Pride Month. It's graduation this month. It was Flag Day yesterday. Did you hear about the celebration? The Army turned 250. It was Chip's birthday yesterday.
I declined the tax.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, it was some other celebration yesterday. It was the birth of the goddess and the queendom, I understand, yesterday. Actually, that has always been in existence, but we're honoring queendom because this is a new divine feminine energy that's emerging. You heard about this? Gentlemen, sit down. It's time. So, it's never too late. It's never too soon. It's never too late to have a happy childhood. No matter what happened, we can recreate it in our minds. We can jettison whatever had happened, not to deny it, but not to give it any more power. We could turn it into something wonderful. I had talked to a friend of mine who said, yeah, I had a terrible childhood. And I said, why don't you just make something up? You know, what was a great childhood that you would have wanted to have had? And why don't you recreate it? And this isn't to you know, like deny what happened, but it's to have a happy childhood now. You know? How powerful is that? Because it changes things. And it's never too soon to start on your dreams. Is it? You know, your dreams were here before you came here. They were in your consciousness. And they will be here when you leave here. They will be there too. So I want to tell a little story about my dad. I had one of those perfect childhoods. I did. I was the youngest of 4 kids. You know, my siblings say if I'd have been the first, I'd have been the last. Because everything was about me, of course. No, this is seriously, in our book of the Van Meters, this is the first page that the kids wrote. If he'd have been the first, he'd have been the last. He gets everything he wants. I'm like, what are you talking about? But my parents were very all-inclusive and very welcoming and very opening and very much about supporting our dreams. And I mean, I have so many stories. I was an Indian guide with the YMCA. You know what that is? You know, it's kind of like Cub Scouts, but it was Indian thing. And we had this little thing called the soapbox derby thing where you'd buy a kit and it would come with a block of wood and 2 little axles and 4 little tires. And you had to, you know, formulate this into a race car. So I took and opened the package. You know, I was going to win. You know, I wanted to win because they have this big ramp where they put the things and, you know, the winners. You know what I'm talking about? This little track. And I had put it together and I had kind of got some markers out and colored the block of wood. And, you know, I put the tires on as best I could and it kind of wobbled, you know. And I was pretty proud of it, but my dad said, that's really good. That's really good. Unbeknownst to me, he had bought his own little kit. And when I woke up the next morning, he had transformed mine into this race car with wings and fire. And he had painted it with all these colors. And he had taken one of my old broken toys that had a race car driver in it, and he carved out a place and he put a little race car driver in there. And then on the bottom, he hammered some big washers that gave it weight, right? So it would be, like, I didn't know if they had, like, they're going to weigh them to see, But I looked at this thing, I was like, what? My dad did that for me because he wanted me to have that experience of, and I did pretty good. I didn't win, but I came in pretty, I was up there. Apparently some other dads had put some other washers on the other race cars. But that was one of my dad's stories. One of the other ones was I went to camp. You ever go to camp as a kid, It's the first time being away from my parents, and I was scared. I was going with some friends, but when I got there, I was separated from my friends. They put me in a different cabin. And my dad had packed my bags for me. And he took a bar of Irish Spring soap, and he had cut it up into chunks and placed it in my bag. So all my clothes smelled like Irish Spring, which by the third day was such a blessing. When you're at the beach constantly, I didn't know. I didn't even bring a sweatshirt with me, And I was in line at the general store and I got myself a sweatshirt. That was, my parents left me $20 on my account. And back then, that was like $100. I lived off that $20 buying candy at the store and my sweatshirt. So, and he put little affirmations in there with the soap. Just, hey, you're having a good time. I love you. And these things, when you're away from home and you find like a little note from your parents saying, I'm so glad you're having a good time. And I wasn't having a good time. But I was like, they think I'm having a good time. I better start having a good time. So I went and I bought a little fishing thing, It was just like a block of wood with a piece of string on it and a hook. You go to the end of the dock and you're supposed to fish. I didn't catch anything, but I could buy one, and that, made me feel like I was part of the group, And but those are the things my dad did for me. As I got older and I was in my teen years, and as teens do, sometimes get in trouble. No? Well, I got in trouble. I got in trouble with the law. 2:00 in the morning, my dad receives a call from the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department. He says, yes, we need you to come to Hollywood to pick up your son. I had gone with a friend to a club to watch a rock and roll band. Quiet Riot. Randy Rhoads is the guitarist, who was my guitar teacher. And I was like, I thought I was going to go to jail because I was in some trouble. And they said, no, you're too young to be in jail. We're going to return you to your parents. And I was like, oh no, can't I just stay here and us just not talk about this again? And so I talked to my dad. He goes, what's going on? I told him the trouble I was in. He goes, what do you need? Do you need me to call a lawyer? Or, he was like, oh, this is so cool. How do I help you? I said, just come pick me up. And we didn't talk the whole way home. And we pulled in the driveway. That talk that's inevitable. He said, I don't know what happened, but you're grounded for the rest of your life. And we both laughed, and I was grounded for about a week. But he said, look, there's nothing that we can't get through together. And he was my best friend. I mean, literally, we talked metaphysics. He's the reason I became a minister, is that he taught me at a very early age about metaphysics. And when I found that there was a teaching, like, when you discovered this church, you're like, I've always thought that. And there's a church that believes this. And then when I found out that there was an Ernest Holmes College, I was like all about it. I mean, I barely got out of high school. I was like 2.1 grade point average. Just enough to get through, because I just wanted out. But once I found out about the Ernest Holmes College, I applied myself and got my master's degree in consciousness. Here I've been spending my whole life trying to get unconscious, and now I have a master's in consciousness. My friends are like, you? Master's in consciousness? Ah. Anyway, enough about me and my dad. He passed away several years ago, but he's here every Sunday, right? You're hearing him every Sunday. I say something about my dad. Well, in honor of Juneteenth, this Thursday, June 19th, we remember that it's never too late to contribute to justice, to initiate healing from cultural enslavement, because that was a big part of our history. We can't deny it. It happened. And Juneteenth is a way to recognize that there's a new way of thinking about it. It's never too soon to amplify Black Americans' voices, to create new traditions and celebrations of Juneteenth as the United States recognizes it as a federal holiday. So it's never too late to live your authentic life. What are you waiting for? You're waiting to lose weight, to gain weight, until your bank account has a certain amount of money in it, until your kids grow up, or until you have kids, whatever it is, throw that out the window. It's now. Now's the time. A lot of us were drawn to this teaching, to Centers for Spiritual Living, because we're a community that celebrates you. It's not about a savior. It's about you celebrating who you are. That's the importance. See, these spiritual practices help serve as reminders that Spirit is always present and available. We're invited to remember that our lives are a reflection of our innermost mindset. Ouch. If you are having an owie and you're wondering why, I would love to say that I was drawn to this teaching by inspiration, but I was desperate. I walked through a very challenging situation in my 30s, and she dumped me for my best friend, and that hurt. I had a reason to be ticked off. If it happened to you, you'd be ticked off too. But what I realized was this is how I reinvented what happened to me. Is that I realized that I sat down at a table before I was born into this plane of existence with this person, and we agreed to have this situation so that I would be catapulted into the fourth dimension of consciousness, which allowed me to discover this teaching. She healed me by becoming that villain in my life so that I would find myself. I had to recreate it. Now, I don't know if this is true or not, but boy, it works for me. And I actually have peace with her now. I love her for doing that. And she thinks I'm nuts. And that's okay. I am a little nuts. But I reformulated that challenge into a triumph that lets me do this every Sunday. I'm so blessed to be here and to play this role for you. You created me to be here, so here I am. So regardless of where you are in your life, it's never too soon to embrace our personal understanding of the divine. What's your greatest yet to be? So I have some more reading from Alice Walker from The Color Purple. Everything want to be loved. Us sing and dance, make faces and give flower bouquets, trying to be loved. You ever notice that trees do everything to get attention we do, except walk? Well, us talk and talk about God, but I'm still adrift, trying to chase that old white man out of my head. I've been so busy thinking about I never truly notice nothing God make. Not a blade of corn. How it do that? Not the color purple? Where'd that come from? Not the little wildflowers, nothing. Now that my eyes are open, I feels like a fool. Again, Alice Walker, The Color Purple. I invite you to revisit that book because it's just got so much deep truth if you read between the lines, and you know what I mean. Ernest Holmes wrote in Science of Mind on page 44, undoubtedly we are surrounded by and immersed in a perfect life. A complete, normal, happy, sane, harmonious, and peaceful experience. But only as much of this life as we embody will really become ours to use. Ernest Holmes, page 44, Science of Mind. That means if you have to cut the lawn and you go and buy a new mower and it sits in the garage, the lawn will not get cut. You can buy all the cool tools in the shed, but if you don't apply them, they're just tools that were at Home Depot and now they're sitting in your shed. Say that 3 times fast. Sitting in your shed. You must use this information that I'm sending to you every Sunday. You must say, I remember Reverend Steve said it's never too late to have a happy childhood. So those things that come up when you go, oh man, some people think, when I bring up Father's Day, some people go, oh man, and I get it. I understand. I mean, I didn't have that experience, but a lot of my friends had terrible situations with their fathers, and I understand that. Forgive them, for they know not what the hell they were doing. True. Forgive them for yourself. Not because they go off scot-free. That's on them. They get to deal with that. But for you, when you release them from the stranglehold of unforgiveness, you are free. All of a sudden, you're a different person because you aren't holding that unforgiveness. It opens a piece of real estate in your consciousness for new ideas. Don't you want to evolve? You have to let go of the old to embrace the new. Because the things you want to come into your life can't come in because the things you don't want are taking up the space. That means, that's God calling. I said a good thing. That means you need to release some things. I just keep putting stuff on the stove, on the front burners, and pushing the stuff off the back. You should see the back of my stove. Ooh. You got to recycle that stuff. You got to reuse it. Put it in the compost. It becomes the mulch that grows the next rows. So it's never too late or too soon to recognize that we have the power to embody the qualities of harmony, love, and joy. Despite our circumstances, we always have the power to change our relationship to the events in our lives. See, the events in your lives happened. It happened. And where you were in consciousness is where you received it, and where they were in consciousness is where they put it out. That's on them. Don't take it. Don't take it. And again, if you said, I don't have to take that from anybody, you've definitely taken it. I don't have to take that from you. We've all been there. I'm not taking that. You're like, yeah, you took it. But if you go, you know what? That's not for me. See the difference in energy? Oh, that's not mine. Tai Chi it. Tai Chi it. Let it go. Let it go. Rise in consciousness. Rise above it. It's not that you're better than anything. It's that you understand it in a holistic way that transforms the situation into a teaching tool. As my dad used to say, I'd come to him with some big problem. He goes, oh, you're learning how to teach this stuff real good, aren't you? Thanks, Dad. So in honor of Juneteenth, it's never too late or too soon to celebrate the freedom we're currently experiencing and advocating for within our communities. We honor not just this historical event, but a divine truth that every human being is endowed with the right to be free. Don't you want to be free? Yeah, you do. Something within you yearns to do what you want to do in the style and manner that you choose to do it. Right? I mean, there's almost a little rebel in you. Like, I'm going to do it my way. You know, I had a ceramics teacher, and the assignment was to make 2 mugs. And it had to be a big coffee mug and a smaller coffee mug. And she said, but you know, you don't want to make like a box one, because how would you drink out of that? You know, it would go, you know. And of course, I'm going to make one that's a triangle. So the handle was just in a place where you could pour it at the V. So I had to prove my teacher wrong, right? Because she, you know, told me, you can't make, I got a B on it, because she said, you didn't really follow the instructions. I said not to make flat size. I wanted a round mug. But I got an A in my book because I defeated my teacher's idea that I couldn't do that. So our little rebellion, you know how we get. You're religious scientists. That's what you are, science of mind. We don't take instructions. We do not read the directions. We want to do it our way. We wait till the last minute, and we want the early bird price. That's just how we roll. That's just our, we fly in and fix everything. Let's remember that freedom is not just a destination. It's a daily journey. And the journey is what this life is all about. We're not going to get anywhere to be like, oh, I made it, on the top of the consciousness mountain. There's always going to be another mountain. It's always going to be another mountain. See, when you get to the top of the mountain you're climbing, it lets you see the other tops of the mountain. Just remember that because we're science of minders, we don't have to go back into the valley. We get to just bounce to the tops of the mountains. Now, this doesn't mean that you don't at times fall into the valley, but you don't stay there. Don't get stuck in the valley. It's never too late or too soon to celebrate the freedom we experience now. Each act of kindness, each step towards justice, each moment of standing in solidarity with those who are oppressed brings us closer to the fullness of freedom, of our spiritual magnificence for all of us. This is why we fight for other people's freedoms, because there's only one of us here. If you put somebody down, you're putting yourself down. It's a part of you that you don't understand yet. So when you see somebody that may be oppressed, stand up for them. Wouldn't you want somebody standing up for you? Yeah. So, let's honor the legacy of Juneteenth by aligning ourselves with that energy of freedom. God, what a great thing to be free to do what you want to do when you want to do it in the style and manner of your choosing. That's true freedom, isn't it? So by acknowledging our past struggles and triumphs of all communities, we begin to dismantle any barriers that were created by our ignorance and prejudice, by our prejudgment of others. I don't want to be prejudged. I don't want somebody to you know how many people look at me and when I tell them that I'm a minister, they're like, what, you? Tattoos and long hair? I'm like, you have definite prejudice going on there because people don't understand. And that's okay. I'm not here to be your grandparents' minister. I'm here to be yours. Now, God bless my grandparents. They had a wonderful ministry. But their ministry was not mine. And I don't believe the same way that they did. I believe I have evolved. Now, some of my relatives may argue that. But that's on them. Again, that's not where I am. I have to continue to evolve, don't we? We need to open our consciousness and know more. Anything that oppresses or keeps someone down is keeping yourself limited in thinking. And that's what we want to get away from. So, as we celebrate Juneteenth, this Thursday, the 19th, and other significant milestones, we honor the resilience and the contributions of those who may have been marginalized by limited thinking. And in doing so, we move closer to a world that works for everyone. And so it is. Amen. All right. Thank you. And happy Father's Day! I don't have any children, but I have you. And I have pets, so I'm a dog daddy. So, well, let's follow our teaching and go into prayer, shall we? So, I invite you to bring to the forefront of your consciousness of what you believe the power that created you is. You can call it Goddess, Great Spirit, Jesus the Christ, Source Energy. Whatever your words are perfect for you. But I think that we can agree that there is something happening. There is something that is going on that is animating our lives, that has given us the ability to think and to reason and to understand. Each one of us is a cell in the body of the divine. And as we align ourselves with that power, we are activating healing and revealing of truth. We are allowing ourselves to be that place where truth can express itself. As we turn the spigot on and allow the divine energy to flow as who and what we are, we activate others who may be questioning their own ability to reason or to understand. So I don't know what you're working with right now. Maybe it's a health situation or abundance or prosperity or relationship or creative self-expression, whatever it is. If we can move from this peak to the demonstration of healing on what we're working with, imagine it is complete. It is healed. It brought exactly the knowledge you needed for your ultimate, highest, and best good, and is now part of your history. or her story. A healing has taken place. Whatever it was, again, this isn't to minimize what you're walking through. This is to maximize your growth. To open our consciousness in a way that allows perfect thriving and revitalization of our physical and metaphysical bodies. For something is happening right now. I think we can all agree that something powerful is moving across this globe into the universe, through the ethers, through all the energy that's happening. You are being called to expand your consciousness in a way that love becomes the answer to every question. For my friends, love is all it is. Love is the very glue that holds everything together, allowing everything to be remembered. So in that healing, in that harmony, and in that peace, I say thank you. Thank you, divine, loving essence of divinity, for allowing each one of us to have our own healing, our own new thought, and our own revitalization at this time. So I said thank you, and I let go. I release this word into the living, loving law of mind that removes any block that may have been there previously, allowing our divine circuits to flow naturally. And a healing has now taken place. And so it is. Amen. Okay. Good morning. All right, it's time for our prosperity affirmation. So I invite you to take your gift and put it on your heart, or your hand on your heart if that's what you're giving today. And let's affirm this together. With love, I give freely and joyously. My generosity is multiplied in return. Thank you, life. And now we have some music. George and Em? Thank you. Beautiful. So it's time for us to say a prayer for our offertory this morning. From the love of pure spiritual energy, these tithes and gifts have been collected. They're evidence of our faith, our belief, and our ability to manifest in this world of form. And they do good work in this world by blessing the giver and the receiver and allowing this, the Grants Pass Center for Spiritual Living, to be open and available a place where people can come and remember who they are, and a place where people who may not even know it yet have a place to express. And for that, this entire community, world, and universe is blessed with love. And so it is. Amen. All right, let's stand up and sing our peace song.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my solace vow. To take each moment and live each moment, peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
All right. Here is your benediction. Please repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening right now. Something wonderful is happening right now. It's happening in my mind. In my body. And in the body of my affairs. I think it. I feel it. And I know it. Just the way that it is. And just the way that it is not. Thank you, life. Have a wonderful week, everybody. Happy Father's Day. God bless.